Hello, my crafty friends. It's Andrea from Prairie Sky Paper Crafts, your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Manitoba. I had an idea this morning, and we're currently under a blizzard warning, so I wanted to do something a little bit not quite wintry. So I am using the Artfully Composed Designer Series paper. Now, I love the 12 by 12 paper packs because you can get, depending on how you cut it, and I prefer to cut it at 4-inch width. If you do 4 by 5¼ inches, you get 3 strips, and then you can get 6 of the 5¼ and then you've got a strip at the bottom. So you can get quite a few cards out of one sheet. And I did the card math, and I think it's something like, if you cut it like this, it's something like 72 cards that you can make out of a paper pack. So I think I'm going to challenge myself to do that and see what I can actually do. But you can get even more if you do a one sheet wonder. Now, this was a cut that just popped into my head this morning, so we're going to try it, see if it works. I'm going to actually be using both sides of the paper. And I've already got 2 of my bases cut here in Old Olive. So the idea is that we're going to cut 2 diagonal cuts, and then that'll be it for cutting. So what I want to do is take my top left-hand corner and the bottom left-hand corner, and I want to line it up first of all, so not sure if you can see that, so that it's hitting the top of the guide, so it's not going to go anywhere. That's our first step. And then line it up at 1.5 inches on this side of the cutting grid and 1.5 inches on this side. So let's line it up, 1.5 inches, the corner's there. And then we're going to do our first cut. And then we're going to do the same for this side. So we're going to line top right to the outside, bottom right to the inside at 1.5 inches and 1.5 inches. Nope, wrong way, sorry. Top right, 1.5 inches, bottom right, 1.5 inches. That's why you look at it really closely before you start cutting. Okay, and then we're just going to go straight up the side. Now you could do it with a bigger space if you wanted to. So this is going to be our first card. I'm just going to cut, or not cut, fold our, you know, the Stampin' Trimmer has a score blade, but I don't know. I guess because when I got started in card making, I never had a score tool. This is sort of my go-to method for putting together a card. So that's going to be our first one that we're going to just tack down. Now, because it's an odd shape, I am going to be putting a little bit more adhesive than I normally do because I want all of the edges to stay stuck. Oops. Oh no, am I out? No, not quite. Just about though. There's a really handy red tab that you can see. Your tape runner will give you a bit of a heads up before you get to the point of running out. Now, before I stick this down, I'm going to kind of just eyeball it to center. And then just tack it down. I'm not going to decorate it yet, but I will get to that. And then we're going to do our second one. And then just place our, I've also got a couple of the Taylor tag shapes punched out in basic white. Haven't decided exactly what, if anything, I'm doing with that. Now, I can go, whoops, dimensional backs. Or do I want to go this way? I think I'm going to go that way. And again, whichever side you want to have facing up, perfectly fine. It's your creation. You gotta love what you're doing. I love this side of the paper. It's just so pretty. as always, down below you will get a link to the supply list, and I am also going to include the links to the rest of my places on social media as well. You know what? No, I'm not going to use that for this card. I will use those on a different card though. This one needs something a little bit more. So we're just going to finish this guy up because this is going to be super quick and super easy. I'm using Special Moments as well. So this is free with a celebration purchase until the end of February. I think a little... a little thanks down in the corner will be perfect for this card. Or you could wait for a special occasion. Actually, I think we're going to use the special occasion one for this tiny stamp back in its home where it belongs. Now there are several coordinating colors with this, but I'm just going to use black for this one. And then I'm going to bling it up with some of the brushed metallic dots. I don't know. I think people wait for an occasion to send a card. I like to send them for any reason. Just a, hey, I'm thinking about you, whatever. Okay, now we're going to put a little bit of bling. The only ones that I have left, I taught a class last night, and I was amazed that the ladies in my class still had some left over. I have used so many of these. All I've got left is the brass. I think I'm going to need to get some more. I just love brushed metallics and that little bit of shimmer and shine. All right, whoops, didn't mean for you to move like that. So there we go, quick card. I think this could be used for guys or girls. It's pretty gender neutral. So let me know what you think of this one. Now we're going to get a little bit... I don't know if fancier is the right word for the next one, but we are going to do just a little bit more. Grab a piece of basic white here, and then we're going to cut it to, let's see, I think we're going to do 3.5 or 3. You know what? I think we're going to do 3 by, no, we're going to go 3.5. See, this is what happens when I don't fully decide what I'm going to be doing before I actually do it. 3.5 by 3.5. And then we'll bling this one up too a little bit. So the other coordinating colors in this are Soft Seafoam, Evening Evergreen, and then we've got the Crushed Curry, which is the color that I'm going to be using. Oh, look at that. Right on top. Gotta love it when an unplanned plan comes together. Okay, and floral. I'm going to use that sentiment. So we're just going to stick our flower onto our block, anchor up. Let's see. Yep. I haven't put the sticker on this one yet, so I just wanted to make sure that it was actually going to go where I wanted it to go. I think we're going to do a couple of variations. We're going to stamp in a couple of spots.
Call from 1-866-841-6.
Telemarketer. That's all right. This is what you get when you do a live video and forget to turn the ringer off on your phone. But that's all right. Seriously, nobody ever calls, but these guys have been calling daily. Okay, now With the Stampin' Up! Ink pads, they are water-based, so you can do a little bit of watercoloring with it. So I'm just going to grab some Wink of Stella, and I'm going to just go over it, and you can see that it's ever so subtle, but the color is being pulled and moved around. I think that's the first time that the phone's rang during a video. Now, I don't go back and edit my video, although I suppose if it was a personal phone call I would have, but 800 numbers I don't tend to worry about. All right, super quick and easy. I love Wink of Stella. She's just so pretty. Just adds just the tiniest little bit of shimmer and shine. Now I always store it tip side down too, so that I don't really ever have to prime it. But if you do find that it's running dry and you do need to prime it, move it off of the card that you're working on and do it on, excuse me, either a piece of paper towel or just a scrap piece of paper, because it can blob out. And then you can just pick up the excess and use it on your card as well, because it's really pretty. If it goes on really, really thick, it's more silver than clear. And it is absolutely gorgeous. All right, I'm just about done with this. All right, so I don't know if you can see, I'm not sure if the sun is hitting it the right way, but you can see that there's just a little bit of shimmer and sparkle and shine to that. And then we're going to be using You're So Special as our sentiment, but I'm going to use that, I think I'm going to use black just as a little bit of a grounder. I like a little bit of black on cards. It just, I don't know, it's pretty. So Memento as usual, and then there we go. And then I think I'm going to run my card just through some gray. I don't want to do a layer because it's a fairly simple card, and really there's only 2 colors on it. But I'm just going to run or jab or poke or whatever you want to call it, the edge into my ink pad. I've been doing this technique a lot lately. It's funny, you go through fits and spurts with, you either do it a ton and then you back off completely for ages, and then that's all you do for a while, or it just becomes part of your regular everyday routine. So that'll just give it just a little bit of a pop. Now I'm going to grab some dimensionals. I've got the minis here. And it's a square, so I'm just going to do my usual 4 corners. Oops. One, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Stuff stuck to my fingers. And then, actually, I'm going to burnish that just a bit more. It's not laying terribly flat. What am I going to use for this one? Oh my goodness. All right, so we're just going to bling it up here with 3 of these guys. And then our cards are done. This one came together really, really quickly today too. Completely cracking me up though that the phone rang twice during my video today. But here you go. There are our 2 cards done super quick, well, fairly quick. And really stamp set, a little bit of bling. If you have any questions, my contact info is down below. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to hit subscribe so you're notified every single time a new video goes live. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.